This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Pretty strong pack overall. Search Hacker Mech is great. It's like a Flame Tongue Kavu vehicle. You know, it doesn't have the best stats vehicle-wise, but it comes into play and kills a thing, and if you have more vehicles, it can really kill things, like a whole lot of things. Blade Blizzard Kitsune and Nezumi Prowler are both cards I'm pretty happy to first pick as well. Master's Rebuke and like Virus Beetle are probably, well, and Tales of Masters of Shiro, they're all fine. Virus Beetle's definitely overperformed a bit overall. You know, just being an artifact or just being an enchantment ends up mattering a lot in the format. But we're definitely taking a Surge Hacker Mech. It's just great. Like, even if it didn't get better the more vehicles you have, we would like it, and it does. So, you know. Okay. All right, so interesting pick here. Both of these signposts have been really strong. You know, this one, it needs a little bit of synergy, but it's really not that hard to get going, and this is just like a great value card. The Fall of Lord Kanda is pretty good, but it's been a little bit of a disappointment. You know, in my set review, I basically said, and it's held true, if you can hit something with Chapter 1, it feels like a B. If it's stuck in your hand and you don't have anything to hit with it, it feels like a D. And that's pretty much held true, so it's kind of a finicky card. I think I take the Anvil here. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. Anvil Town. Ooh. So we get rewarded with the Twin Shot Sniper, one of the best uncommons in the set. You know, just a great card in general. I do like Befriending the Moss and Sunblade Samurai among the white cards here, but there's not anything in this pack that even like approaches how good Twin Shot Sniper is, even though these two white commons are nice. Liking these first three picks. I mean, they're all cards you feel pretty good about first picking. I mean, not just pretty good, good, you know. They're all B level or higher, you know, using my grading scale. We don't quite have a bomb either, but, you know, Bs and B pluses are pretty good. Okay. What do we have here? This is an unimpressive pack overall for most people. Undercity Scrounger is a good combo with Oni Cult Anvil, so it's something to think about here. Peerless Samurai is solid enough, but you kind of, for it to be at its best, you do kind of need to be in the red-white deck where its menace really matters because it's attacking and getting all these bonuses. If you're not in that deck, it's just kind of mediocre. Yeah, I think we probably just take the Scrounger. You know, I don't mind the Blade Blesser either, but I think the Scrounger is a good fit for our deck. I think the best card in this pack is probably Moon Circuit Hacker. Yeah. Not a great pack overall, when that's the case this early. It is a perfectly fine card, but I think if we end up in black-red, we'll be pretty happy with Undercity Scrounger. So, yeah. That's funny, Kiki, because for me so far, it's been all about consistency. I've gone on 5 and 3 in 7 of 8 drafts. so I haven't really had the ups and downs. I guess there's some positives to that. Okay. This pack doesn't really have anything in it that's like screaming at me. Runaway Trashbot might be an okay pick. You know, if we're sacrificing things. It does get better. Explosive Entry is pretty nice. Fade into Antiquity might just be like the best card in this pack. Subduer's fine. You know, again, it's definitely at its best if you have other triggers that happen when you attack, but it's a little better on its own than Peerless Samurai is, I think. Yeah, so I mean, the Terrarium's not terrible either, but these two black cards aren't great. I think we're looking at Entry or Trashbot, basically. I'm leaning Trashbot. I mean, if we're black-red, we're going to have a lot of artifacts, and we already do. You know, literally all the cards in our deck are artifacts. So, you know, if that's the case, it's going to be fine. I mean, it may not be amazing, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, if I could keep up the 5s and 3s, that would be okay. I mean, I guess maybe it would get a little monotonous at some point. But not having any, like, train wrecks and not having... You know, that part's nice. Not having any, like, hey, look, I won 7. You know, that's kind of a little sad, but yeah. Yeah, it's a great format, I think, so far. I mean, it's early, and, you know, that matters, but it is a really good format so far. So I think we take Kumano faces Kakazan. I mean, it pushes us maybe in a little more aggressive direction than we're doing right this second. But, you know, I mean, we can really be an aggro deck that just sort of does value stuff late if we need to. And this is just really good. I mean, both the 1-mana sagas in this set are excellent, especially... We'll keep a Reckoner Raid's even better, but this one's really good. We could take, like, Lethal Exploit, but it hasn't been that impressive to me overall. I think we definitely take Kumano faces Kakazan over it. Lethal Exploit's fine. I mean, I would definitely play it, but I'm not going to spend a pick on it there when I can take Kumano faces Kakazan. Okay, so Synthesizer's a fun thing to sack to your Anvil, and just a pretty nice card in general, so we'll take it. Shrine Steward, not super likely to come up in this color pair. Yeah, but maybe we want it more than Peerless Samurai, except I feel like if I really want one, I can get one. So maybe I just take a Samurai here, which is perfectly fine. You know, the other cards in this pack are nothing special. Like, none of these have been, like, amazing performers. I guess the next, you know, Eiganjo Exemplar might be the best card in the pack, but it's not that much better than the Samurai. Okay, so I don't like Crackling Emergence a whole lot. I think maybe we grab a Network Terminal. It works sort of with their Trash Bot, gives us some fixing. It's an artifact. I do think Tales of Master Sashiro is pretty good to be here late. Okay, Shield Breaker's a nice fit for our deck. We'll happily take that. Did I say Shield Breaker? I meant Steel Breaker. But yeah, this is an interesting format. I got sidetracked by the draft, but it's definitely complicated, which is both... I mean, it's a good thing. Oh yeah, Song Shaper is great for this deck. We just got all the artifacts. The complexity is good in that it makes games really interesting, but it's also a format, you know, for me at least, somebody who's already prone to... let's say the occasional misplay. It's a lot easier to misplay in this format than in most. But and one thing I really like so far is it seems like all decks can be pretty legit, like whether you're an aggro deck or something else. Nice. I don't mind a really late explosive entry. So yeah, we want a lot of Song Shapers. It combos with like our Anvil and stuff. It's a nice card. We do not want Aki Warpaint though. Kaito Shizuki. Now, this is an interesting pack across the board. So, Kaito Shizuki is good. Not a bomb planeswalker, but quite good. You know, it just gives you a bunch of value. If you play it early, it can pretty much win you games. If you don't, other things can happen. It is notable that black's not like crazy open. You know, red definitely is. We may or may not end up in a red-black direction, so that's something to keep in mind. And for that reason, I'm kind of considering taking Michiko's Reign of Truth. It is just incredibly strong. Like, if we're a red-white aggro deck, it's going to be great. And, you know, we can't splash it, but, well, you know, maybe I just take Twisted Embrace. That might just be the safer pick. I mean, Michiko's Reign of Truth is definitely better. Like, this card has really ended up as, like, a B+ in basically every white deck. And Twisted Embrace is just, it's just premium removal, but I guess it is probably what we take here. Even though I love Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay, some interesting picks here. I like Simian Sling and Leech Gauntlet. Which do I like more? I think I like the Gauntlet a little more, but it's close. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end up going here. You know, this is worth a look with all the artifacts we have, and we could still be like a red-black deck or a red-blue deck. It is worth a look, but since there's pretty good cards here for me, I think I probably just go with it. Okay. We've seen a lot of vehicles, but not really any that work for us to go with our mech. This pack is not a great one for us. I don't like the Shattered States era or Kami of Terrible Secrets in this particular color pair. It's probably just Ninja's Kunai, though. It's a nice artifact. You know, say we don't end up playing black, it'll definitely make the cut. And it's a nice little card. Not really something you want to be taking pick 3 in a pack, but the other options here just aren't very good for us. So Kunai it is. Okay, another Michiko's Reign of Truth, huh? All right, so here we've got some interesting choices. We've got Seismic Wave, Tempered in Solitude, Simian Sling, and to a lesser extent, Unstoppable Ogre. I think we're probably looking at these two. This can turn into a great card drawing engine, which is quite nice. Seismic Wave, you know, it's an okay removal spell most of the time, and then like 20% of the time it does something insane for you. It's a hard pick here. I think in the end I go Seismic Wave, but I do like Tempered in Solitude a lot. And you don't even really have to be like in the Samurai deck to make it work, which is nice. So Kenzen Smelter is a good fit for this black-red deck, and it's just an okay card anyway, but we've got a lot of artifacts that it can turn into 3/1s. Okay, so here we've got Voltage Surge versus Simian Sling. We probably take the Surge. Yeah, I mean, we just have a lot of things we can give up to do the extra damage. Removal's good. Okay, so the Ambusher's okay. Imperial Oath has been a big overperformer. It's not like incredible, but it's definitely better than I thought it would be. Malfunction, I think we're really looking at Ogre versus Ambusher. I think I like the Ogre a little more. It is, you know, X1s in this format are kind of a liability because there's so many efficient ways to deal with them, but I think I like it here a little more than the Ambusher. And we get another one here. Anyway, would I rather have an Ember Keeper? I mean, our curve's fine. We're not, like, desperate for an Ember Keeper, but I also don't really want a second Unstoppable Ogre. So I'm just going to take the Ember Keeper here. Okay. So, again, vehicles we don't really want. Probably just take Upriser Renegade. You know, Kami of Industry is interesting, but I haven't loved it. We do have some interesting things to get back, I guess. You know, like Unstoppable Ogre. Do I want it? I don't think so. I think we probably just take the Renegade. We have enough modifications that it'll be fine. So the Mechanaut came back. And our black's still not, like, incredible? Do I take the Mechanaut over Simian Sling and see maybe if we veer into a different kind of deck? Nah, I'd probably take the Sling. I mean, things are open enough for us that, you know, yeah, we don't want the Shattered States era, but we'll cut it. And another Sling works for me. Red is very open, black less so. I kind of doubt we play the Ronin. Wow. I'm still surprised people are sleeping on the Sling so much. I haven't seen it as much in drafts lately, people sleeping on it. But in this draft, people definitely seem to be. Okay, so I think we'd probably take Nezumi Prowler here. I do like a Synthesizer, and a second one would be cool, but the Prowler's great. It just does so many things, and it's just like a decently efficient creature. It is another X1, which is a little bit of a liability in this format. Like I mentioned, you know, it can be killed by like Chapter 1 of a saga and all kinds of other things. The Black Shrine, but it's still... It gives you value when it enters, so it's not like a huge deal if it doesn't work out. Okay, interesting. So Goro Goro is great. How are we doing on... So we've got... These are modifications. That's a modification. This gives us a modification. I think that might be it, though. Twisted Embrace, yeah. We definitely take Goro Goro. I mean, he's a great 2-drop no matter what, and sometimes we'll be able to get a dragon. He may not be the amazing bomb he can be in some decks, like if we had a lot of modifications, but he's pretty good. Okay. So, Reinforced Ronin is a card I've liked, but maybe we just want another Voltage Surge. I kind of feel like maybe we just want another Voltage Surge. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Removal's good. We have a lot of it, and that's good. We'll take some more here, actually. Another Seismic Wave. Okay, Song Shaper, you know, getting a bunch of these would be a nice way to close out the draft. It's just such a nice 2-drop when your deck is filled with artifacts like ours. Just hits pretty hard and stuff. I don't think we're going to end up with another vehicle, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, here we will take a lethal exploit, I think. I think I like it a little more than the Torment in this deck. Another explosive entry. I mean, I doubt I play the... I guess I'm probably only playing one if I play one at all, so I'd probably just take Return to Action just to have a different option. This draft, I think, went pretty well overall in the end. Just sort of staying the course has worked out. Hey, more removal. Okay, so we'll take Kami's Flare. I'm not sure I'm super into Network Terminal the way this deck has turned out. It's not bad, but... Curve looks pretty good overall. I mean, obviously we have a bunch of cuts to make. This is a format, and it's really been true basically every format lately, right? You got to do stuff on like turn by turn 2 or you're in trouble. Whether you're a more aggressive deck or something else. You need to be playing things early. Luckily, we're going to be able to do those things, and we have a bunch of removal, and then we have some like silly artifact synergy stuff. So I'd rather have a synthesizer than the bargain. It just does more, a little more easily than the bargain does. I mean, the bargain's fine. If there weren't a synthesizer there, I probably would have taken it and tried to play it, but there was a synthesizer, so... The Black-Red Mythic Saga has not overperformed. It's been pretty bad as far as I can tell. The data shows that it's one of the worst cards in the set, actually, in terms of win percentage when you play it. So, if anything, my opinion might have dropped, because I gave it like a C-. It's probably more like a... It might just be an F. Like... It's just so... You're right that it hits things on occasion, you know, with Chapter 1. But not enough. It still doesn't do enough, you know. It just doesn't do enough. All these Samurai. I'm probably not playing the Samurai we have. Okay... So, I mean, we're basically an artifact deck with a sacrifice sub-theme, which is usually where you want to be, I guess. We have a whole lot of removal. We're not playing Samurai. That's a pretty easy cut. In this day and age, like, everything's playable, you know? I'm not sure we need explosive entry. I mean, I guess it's our only way to destroy an artifact outright, but we can just destroy all the creatures so well, but, you know, I guess leaving home without a way to destroy an artifact might be a bad idea. So, I don't know that this is like a great deck for the Ronin. I get, you know... When it's really good is when you have, like, combos with it, where you trigger a thing every time it enters, and we do have Song Shapers, but that's pretty much it. We don't have, like, the 2-mana 1/1 with Ward 2 that gets a +1/+1 counter every time you play an artifact. That stuff gets pretty spicy, but, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we just have so many playables. Maybe, I mean, we're not, We're not that interested in treasure, and we're not so into sacrificing that I think we necessarily need the Scrounger. So I think we probably cut it. I mean, it's nice, but I just don't think we need it. Probably don't play Network Terminal. We don't need the ramp. The card selection's nice, but if we don't have, you know... I just don't think we're going to be using it that much. I don't think we cut the synthesizers, because... They are so good in general. They're pretty good cards in general. And secondly, we're cutting the Ember Keeper. And secondly, they are really sweet to sacrifice to stuff. So we probably will end up cutting a land in the end, yeah. I think that's a reasonable expectation. Thank you for the follow, Yanks. Exile 2 cards for a 2/2. Do you understand how it works? You exile cards, but you get to play them. So if you play this on like turn 3 and hit a 2-drop, you play it. So it gives you 2 cards. I mean, it's, you know, if we wanted to go more aggressive, I could see cutting the synthesizers, but it's not just like you exile 2 cards for a 2/2. That is a strange way to describe that card. So, I mean, we definitely could go in a more aggressive direction, and if we do, we probably do. And I mean, maybe that is where we're going here. Okay, well, you're basing your experience with the synthesizer on very anecdotal evidence that isn't based on reality, like the broader reality. Because I've played it plenty of times, I've seen people play it plenty of times, and they play cards off of it all the time. That said, if we go more aggressive, we may cut it anyway. But the idea that you think that it's just exile 2 cards for a 2/2 is frankly silly. So, but yeah, if we're going more aggressive, and I think maybe that's the route we're supposed to take here. I think maybe we do just cut the synthesizers. Not because it exiles 2 cards for a 2/2, but because it's not really what we're going to want to be doing in the later part of the game. I mean, we already have sort of an engine going on with Oni Cult Anvil. Yeah. If we need like a late game engine, we've got one. The question is whether the Renegade's that great. Yeah, I mean, the sweet thing is sacrificing these to our anvils and smelters, but it is awkward, you know, when you're trying to be aggressive to hit that card. It does give you some gas, which is nice, but we don't want to cut too many more creatures, I can tell you that much, if we're trying to be aggressive. You mean the 4 mana do 2 damage guy? That's still a really good card. Yeah, Trashbot may not be great, but our deck is, like, loaded with artifacts. We have 15, so, I mean, they're just going to be in the graveyard, and it's going to be... I don't think we cut it, actually. I do think we go down to 8 lands, for sure. Or not 8, but 16. But from there, cutting is tough, just because if we're trying to be aggro, it's awkward to cut, like, creatures at this point, but... I mean, maybe we do just lose the entry... Yeah, I mean, we have so much removal, and sure, there might be an artifact we can't destroy, but I think I can live with that. It's funny that everybody's talking about how good Experimental Synthesizer is now. This saga is actually really good, so you keep having some interesting takes there, Jinx. It's very good. Yeah, we kind of had to play the mech. It would be funny, though, because you're right, I haven't played very many vehicles. Okay. Yeah, the Renegade's not great. We have modifications, but not so many that it's going to be amazing. And then... I mean, maybe we cut the kunai. I mean, in a world... We're no longer that interested... I mean, we have Goro Goro who cares about mods, but... Yeah, maybe I cut a sling before I cut a kunai. That might be wise. But we are down to 14 creatures at the same time. And it's sort of 15 because of Kumano. But, yeah, I guess this is fine. It's It's kind of an awkward deck in the end because we have so many removal spells and not as many creatures as I would love to have, but, you know, I still think going this more aggressive route's probably better. Yeah, so it's awkward with our land, too, because we need double black for Twisted Embrace. But we also have way more red drops. But I think you guys are probably right, that in the end, going 9-7 is better because of all our red 1-drops. All right. All right. This deck looks sweet. I think it's the first time I've drafted black-red, at least with significance, like black-red synergy. All right, nice hand. Actually, a really nice hand. We get to curve out. Of course, we don't have anything to give up to our anvil yet, but that's okay. I think the ninja deck might be the most fun, just because there's so many interesting things you can do. Uh-oh. I think we probably get this going, and then next turn we can play the sling and get a counter, yeah. So, Generous Visitor can get out of hand hurry. We have a ton of removal, but we need to draw it. Like now. So, we're gonna cast our sling here. So we get Kamano next turn, which is nice. Yeah, I was a little worried they'd have something they could just play like that. Yeah, we're really going to need to find that removal. So we take 6 here. Nice. So we got the removal. The sort of awkward thing is to kill the visitor, we have to sacrifice an artifact. But I do get a 1-1 out of it, so I think I can live with that. And we get to attack first, too. So... do I just want to swing with both? I guess so. It's not like I can block the trainee, so I'll just swing with both. And then we go Anvil. Then we go Voltage Surge. And end our turn. I did have the sling. It was my 3rd best red common. Might not actually stay there, though. I think maybe Kamano faces Kakazan has knocked it off. It's unfortunate this is only during my turn, but, you know, I'll live with it. Okay, so they do a little more damage here. But it doesn't actually accomplish that much. Hey, look, another sling. So... yeah, we definitely attack with both here. And then we sacrifice... that. Then we play Sling... and Trash Bot. Oh, you're right, it is an uncommon. So yeah, you know, it's... what should have been uncommon is the Reckoner Raid, that's for sure. I think I may as well block this. If they want to use a trick or something, that's fine. I'm not going to be that upset about it. Yeah. Not that upset. I mean, they gain a bunch of life, I guess, but... Okay. So Search Hacker Mech can take something down here. Probably... the Lifelinker, now that they're back to 20. Yeah. So I may as well send in my 1/1 here. I'm sure they block it, but, you know, I may as well send it in. Yeah. Let me play our mech. And we'll end our turn. So, I probably crew and block. Okay, good. They stopped attacking us. That's what I like to see. Trying to decide if suiting up one of my creatures is worth it. With the sling, that is. It's probably not. It's probably just better to be a little wide here, so... Yeah, we'll just use our anvil and end our turn. Yeah, that might not be good. They may have another Tanuki to play. That's always fun. Cycle 1. Okay, they've got a Twisted Embrace. So, I think that means we crew this. Apparently I'm not clicking correctly. There we go. Okay. Do I just want to channel the Ronin? It's not like I can use it to crew the mech on my turn. I'd probably just channel it. Yeah. Ouch. Well, that's not good. It is kind of a non-bow with vehicles, the Ronin. I mean, it can come down and crew it to attack, but we're not really in that position. Yeah, we just take 5 here. My time is definitely running out. You're not wrong. All that life they gained from that Lifelinker was brutal. Yeah, I can block, but if I sack it on their turn, I don't get a 1/1, so I'm not sure that's actually worth doing yet. Interesting. Wow. Sure doesn't feel like we've got 16 lands. You can do it not as a sorcery, and I can gain the life, but I don't get a 1/1 out of the deal. So I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, I mean, we just didn't draw as well as we would have liked, that's for sure. Alright, so we're just going to take the 7 here. Yeah. I mean, we didn't have much chance, but giving us those lands when we did not help our cause. That was interesting, them putting the Torment where they did. It feels like just outright killing my creature was probably better. But, you know. I think maybe they didn't realize that it wouldn't trigger on their turn. Those Historians' Wisdoms were pretty sweet for them. All right, pretty good. What do I end up leading with here? I guess probably the Song Shaper. Okay. So I could play the Prowler here just to force the damage through. Yeah, Anvil into Smelter is pretty sweet. But I'm not sure it's what I want to do. Probably... Yeah. I think playing the Prowler... How big is this? Yeah, I think playing the Prowler is better. So, I think Smelter. Okay. That does mean we can attack more effectively, if nothing else. Yeah, then we'll play our Anvil. And I think we'll attack with both. Definitely doesn't feel like we're doing a great job of being an aggro deck overall, I have to say. We just keep running, running into a 1-4 isn't really what we wanted to be doing. So that's a 3-4, huh? Okay. So I think Steelbreaker's pretty good here. I wonder if they have counter magic again. I can't really afford to play around it. Looks like they might. And then I think we just pass the turn. Well, first we do this. We're in an okay shape. I mean, the Steelbreaker has sacrifice fodder like every turn, and we have a Twisted Embrace. So, that feels pretty good overall. Ooh. Some spicy things can happen here. So I think we probably attack with Steelbreaker. Yeah. Because if they want to crew this, they have to tap both their creatures, so... Yeah, let's go to combat and attack with our Steelbreaker here. Aww. So much for that plan. Okay. Well, in that case, I think we probably just do our sack our token thing and end our turn. We're in an awkward spot. You know, this is the most vehicle-y deck I've seen so far. They definitely have the pieces to do it. Mobilizer Met, Kitsune Ace. Let's see what gets crewed here, if anything. They can crew the mech and then attack, you know, be able to attack with another thing too. Okay. What are you going to bring to the party? So... I could use Seismic Wave. Unfortunately, on this board, all it lets me do is kill one thing, but I guess just killing a 2-power creature isn't too shabby. Yeah. So I probably just take the 6 here. And at the end of their turn, I'll kill Kitsune Ace. Then I'll have a pretty great attack on our turn. Yeah. All their other creatures are artifacts, unfortunately, but I can live with that. So, Twisted Embrace on the Prowler attack seems pretty spicy. I mean, on the Puzzle Maker, yeah. Yeah. Makes it harder for them to crew their vehicles. So they can crew the hover bike in response, but that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. I guess they get to scry, which does increase their chances of crewing more vehicles, but... Yeah, so I think we just attack with Steelbreaker here. 3, 5, 7... So if I play my third land, I still can't do lethal with it. But, so I may as well just attack with the Steelbreaker. Maybe I should just put it on the Steelbreaker, but being able to attack through these, into these X4s is a big difference for our Prowler. So what do they draw here? If it's a creature that can crew stuff, we might be in trouble. But not that much, honestly. I mean, we'll be in a little. They do have Mech Hanger, so... Technically, it doesn't work with this, because it has to be crewed, so if they Mech Hanger that, they don't get to crew another thing. So, Steelbreaker alone is lethal now. Okay. Doesn't actually do a ton right this second. Does give us another artifact to sacrifice, but... yeah. Okay, so... I think we swing out here. So yeah, they could use the hangar to crew the mech, but that's not really something I'm that concerned about overall. Like, it's not a good blocker here. And then they can crew the suit, too, if they want to. Or the hover bike. Doesn't that just mean we win? They have 1 white mana. I don't think there's anything they can do to not die here, so... So even if things go a little sideways here, I can play the mech and kill the hover bike. My god, did I miss something? No, they're just doing stuff to do stuff. That's funny. Could have used another Steelbreaker, it feels like. All right, pretty good. We actually haven't seen that much of our removal, oddly. We have a lot of it, but... uh-oh, Arena. Arena's trying to freeze up on me. I should probably just close the program, I guess. Good times. Luckily, they may still be deciding about their hand. I don't know. Maybe. Tried to play my Simian Sling and it wouldn't let me. Poor monkey. Doesn't sound good. No, we missed a turn. Well, guess I can live with it. Guess Guess we're playing our Smelter now. We would have liked to play Sling turn 1, but, you know. Alright, so we're going to be killing that Generous Visitor on our turn. With Voltage Surge. I could wait, but I think that's a little reckless. Play Song Shaper. Brute Suit Riot. Okay, so I'm gonna play the Sling. Is turning my Song Shaper, I mean my Sling into a 3-1 worth it here? Probably not. So, if they crew the suit, I'd probably Kami's Flare it. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just better to Kami's Flare the Archer. Maybe they just take 3. Do I want to move the Sling to my Smelter now? Or leave up the Flare? I think we can move the Sling. I considered doing it there in general and attacking with both, but I wouldn't have had Kami's Flare mana up, so I don't think it would have been as appealing. Yeah, so we're gonna rumble. It's fine with me. Okay. Well, this time we attack with our Smelter. I actually don't have a way to crew. We just attack with both, actually. Silly me. At some point, turning the Sling into a 3-1 is going to be better. But yeah. Okay. If they go aggressive here, I think we're going to be pretty happy. Like if they crew with the air, or crew with the Archer and attack with the suit, and then, because then we'll just kill the air at the end of their turn, and they won't be able to crew again. And I think we get pretty close to lethal. Yeah, so we go Kami's Flare. That'll do 2 to them, drop them to 10. If I draw an artifact, we definitely win. And we do. So, yeah, we go Surge Hacker Mech. Maybe we don't, actually. We get close. I mean, we're definitely attacking here. Trying to decide what I want to sacrifice. Yeah, I think the vehicle might make the most sense. Oh yeah, I was counting the Smelt token pumping my creatures, but I wasn't counting the damage it would do on its own. So yeah, it is lethal. I thought it was, and then I second-guessed myself. Did the math right the first time and wrong the second time. Thank you for the follow, Shu1412. See you later, Pear Hunter. Thanks for stopping by. Pretty good hand. It's so sad that, you know, this card, I hate the art on it. It just seems wrong on a Magic card to me. You know that if you watch my set review. But, and then the set review, I was like, it's unfortunate I'm going to have to see it a lot. And that has rung true. Because it is a nice little card. Network Disruptor. So they may set up some crazy ninjutsu early here, as they tend to do. You know, they should have tapped their untapped land, because if I have... Well, there's no way they would block, like, a Ronin or something, I guess. Okay, they didn't do a thing. I like that. So let's lead with our Song Shaper here. Uh-oh, they're having mana problems. Unfortunately, we can't, like, step on the gas that effectively here. Our trash bot isn't exactly, doing anything in this situation, so yeah. Glad you enjoy the videos, Shu. Okay, there we go. That's a little more exciting. So I think we play Steelbreaker here. We let them keep their Disruptor. We'd rather put the, you know, put our foot on the gas here. So next turn the mech can kill the Disruptor or any other X2 they might play. They may... I thought maybe they do some gross ninjutsu thing there, but they didn't. Okay, so yeah, we'll play our Surge Hacker mech. Kill Disruptor. Yeah, they're pretty much dead. Yeah, they were mana screwed, and we had a good opener. This is a good hand. I mean, obviously we want black, but we have 3 things we can play for the mana we have, and we're on the draw, so it's fine. That's not fine. Ah, but see, that's the card. We did draw black. So in our last game, when our opponent tapped their own Disruptor, if I'd played a Rabbit Battery on my turn, they would have been really annoyed. You don't have to tap your Disruptor. You can choose something that's already tapped, like their land. Because obviously you trade a Disruptor for a Rabbit Battery. I could consider just taking it down with channeling the Sniper, but... Okay, well... Not so much anymore. So they get a treasure. Interesting they didn't use it to play Rabbit Battery right away. That probably means they have something else they can do. Thank you for the sub, Dirt Pile. Yeah, I think we play our Song Shaper here. We may get run over, though. It is a real possibility. And yes, Planeswalkers are still in Standard. They always will be. Always. So they could play Rabbit Battery and equip their Thief. I think that's probably... Oh, no. Okay. They're just going to beat us down here and get another treasure. No swing out of the Rabbit Battery. I think that was a mistake on their part. So, God, we're so close to being able to actually deal with these things, but they may have given them too much value by then. Alright, so... do I play Trash Bot? I mean, it's tempting, and maybe the right thing to do is to just channel this, but it just seems like I'm leaving so much value on the table that it hurts my heart. People do run Planeswalkers, but if you're watching Limited like this, it's a lot less likely people have them. Alright, we're playing the Trash Bot. We're holding on to the value of these things, which is maybe too greedy, but it's what I'm doing. Because, yeah, Sniper just outright kills the Thief. Granted, if they equip the Rabbit Battery, I'm going to be in some trouble, I guess. That was stupid. I should have killed the Thief. Or the Battery. Ah, Thundering Raiju. They're being very conservative with that Rabbit Battery. Yeah. Now it looks really, really bad that I didn't, kill the Thief when I could have. I'm getting punished. And I probably deserve to. I can kill the Rabbit Battery at least. So there's that, but, you know. Yeah. Aren't mono white aggro decks running the Wandering Emperor right now? Maybe? Oh my god. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Well, I think we're losing this one because I got too greedy about value. That's not good. Yeah. So we're dead. We'll block, but... So just imagine if I'd killed the Thief like I was supposed to. Oh, I was dead anyway because of the trigger. Yeah. Man, greed. The greed got me. And it's not just greed, it was being stupid. Although, I was worried about the Rabbit Battery doing it, and it was the Raiju coming down. But either way, I should have killed... On, like, turn 2, I could have channeled and killed the X2. And then I would have been able to kill the Rabbit Battery with the other Enter the Battlefield trigger. Ooh, this is a nice hand. It's kind of awkward, because I don't think we actually play our Ronin here. I think it's better to play Kamano faces Kakazan. And then Simian Sling, as awkward as that is. But I think we get the most for our buck that way. Oh, nice. Now we can play both, which is cool. Yeah, so we go Sling. Comes down as a 2-2. Reinforced Ronin. So our Lethal Exploit will do -3/-3 right now, although it looks like they may kill our Sling. Nice. Alright, so we definitely play our Ronin here. And then we'll just leave mana up for our things. We only get -2/-2 out of this now, and that's not going to hurt our opponent anymore, because they got rid of our Sling. Unfortunately. But we can kill their Sling. That's probably what we're going to do. We'll wait to see what they play. Okay. So... I could exploit the Sling and then Kami's Flare the Samurai on my turn and then play the Ronin. Seismic Wave also kills the Samurai. But yeah, so... yeah, we'll Kami's Flare the Samurai. Play the Ronin. We kind of need to draw some more creatures if we're going to effectively pressure them. Luckily, that's a pretty bad card for them to hit here. We're probably going to have to Seismic Wave it on our next turn, but... we have to spend 5 to do it, unfortunately. We do have them down to 5, which is good. Alright. If we have another artifact, we might be in trouble here. Yeah, that's annoying. Ooh, that's a lot less annoying. If I had one more mana, I could point them both at this, which would be kind of funny. Oh no, because it's non-artifact. So I can kill the automaton and attack with Kamano. If they have... I'm worried they might have a trick, and if they do, that's going to be really bad news for us. Is it better for us to just play our Ronin and attack with both our creatures and then just try to close out the game a different way? I don't think so. Alright, we're going to Seismic Wave the automaton. Let's hope it works. Okay. Well, it does. But they're gonna kill our creature first. So we can kill Heiko, and I think we basically have to. We couldn't really afford to let them get stuff back, so... drop them to 3 here. This time our removal definitely showed up. Luckily, they don't have anything to modify. Ooh. Okay. This is... oh, interesting. So I think we kill Goro Goro. I could play the Sniper, kill the Song Shaper, and attack with the Ronin, but Goro Goro could get them out of this, and I don't think there's much else that could. So I think we just play our Sniper. Kill Goro Goro. Play the Ronin. I guess I could have attacked with the Ronin first, but there was no way they were taking it. But I guess I could have seen if their plan was to take it. So, oh, that sucks. Most of the time that card is so busted, but they got it at, like, the worst possible time. All right. We lost our first game, but we've won everyone since then. That's not true, is it? I just lost that other game where I was greedy. So we're 4-2 right now, right? Yeah. We are 4-2. So, can we get another 5-3? Maybe. Maybe we'll do better. Who knows? It is pretty ridiculous how consistently I've 5-3'd this format so far, but... Yeah, Seismic Wave, I mean, the non-artifact thing definitely matters, but it's still a pretty great card. I mean, I think we keep it. Yeah, we keep it. We definitely need to draw some action, but everybody's always got 1-drops. Okay, well, that one at least doesn't add to the board. Oh, yeah, I would take the consistency, too. Don't get me wrong. We didn't get to do anything with Goro Goro so far. Opponent's having a very slow start, so of course we're unable to really pressure them. I mean, I am going to play Goro Goro here, which is not bad. So, like, Ogre next turn, make whatever they play unable to block isn't too shabby. Okay, is that going to rumble? It is. So we'll take 3. Oof. Okay. So, obviously I can kill that thing. I don't really know if I want to. I think maybe I just play my Ogre anyway, even though we're not going to get the unblockable going, and just attack with Goro Goro. Yeah. The Ogre can trade for the 3/3, and I think that's fine. Even if they put a counter on it or something wacky, it can do it, so... There are plenty of cards they could have that can kill our Ogre, but that's okay. Oh, the all-in Crackling Emergence deck. We should be able to punish that. I guess we'll see, though. We may use 1 mana to kill our Ogre here. Yeah, so we definitely line up a block there. It's unfortunate the land gets to stick around, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade, and I can live with that. Ugh, what I can't live with is the kind of mana we're drawing right now. I don't really see a reason to play our Sniper. I think we attack with Goro Goro. I think we'll end our turn, and we're going to plan on Kami's Flare on the forest. Getting a modification going would have been nice. This can only do it at sorcery speed, yes. Alright, so let's try to Kami's Flare this thing. Could have a trick or something. Guess not. Black mana would really make things so much better for us. Just playing Leech Gauntlet would be nice. Okay, you get one of those back. Come on, black mana. Not black mana, but I can live with this. Especially because all I have to do is draw 1 more mana and I can attack and make a dragon now. So I like that. We'll pass the turn. This way I can threaten to use the kunai, I guess, if nothing else. Maybe I should have just attacked because I'm not blocking. So I probably should have just attacked. I think we just take the 3. I think we can afford to, and the upside of drawing a mountain is worth it. So I think we just take it. Mountain or swamp. Oh, okay. Well, I can't be too upset because at least I can play this. Given how things have gone, being able to actually play a thing is a big deal. You know, I should have just played Twin Shot Sniper. That was stupid of me. Sniper to kill Ember Keeper was definitely the better play there. I think. I mean, adding to the board is nice, I guess. It's not that good, but it's a thing. So I think we take 3 again here. Guess moving the kunai probably was worth it too, because I have to attack with Goro Goro into death, basically. That is a little bit of a problem. Voltage Surge, give up Sniper, I mean, Song Shaper, yeah. I think that's fine. And land. Okay, not a land, but we do get to just kill the Ember Keeper now. As we should have last turn. Come on, dragon. We just want a dragon. Ooh. That's the second time where we've been lucky enough to make our opponent play a Saga on an empty board. Like, and they're good when you play them. So we can give our whole board haste here, which is going to be spicy. We may never get a dragon, but... Okay. Isn't that just game? That's just game. So we play our Ronin. It's funny. Goro Goro sort of won us the game there, but it was really our removal. Like, firing off all our removal and doing stuff like that was what it was. All right, so we're 5-2. 5-3 is still the best I've done in this format. I've done it all but one draft, but it's still the best I've done. Yeah, he won the game just by, like, sitting around and doing things. But yeah, it was... The haste effect, you know, did make a big difference on that last turn. Would it have been nice to make a dragon? Yes, but... you know, winning is the goal. Goro Goro is back. Couple removal spells. It's fine. Okay. I'm actually going to lead with Leech Gauntlet, because... maybe that's a bad idea. I can pressure them more if I, like, play Goro Goro and then give this haste next turn. Yeah, let's just play Goro Goro. I mean, he might die, but they just have green mana right now, so it's not ultra likely that they can just kill him outright. They need a creature, basically, to do that. Yeah. So this is what we're going to get to do, is Leech Gauntlet, give it haste. Kami War could be a Kami War deck. I want them to play something small that I can just snipe, you know. Yes. Of course, they may play an Aura too, in which case it's going to be a lot harder to snipe. They do not, though. Okay. They have one red, so they might be able to kill Goro Goro now. Yeah, I think Goro Goro's dead. Maybe not. Okay, so yeah, I think we just play our sniper here and kill the naturalist. I think I'm going to attack with Leech Gauntlet first and see what they do, actually. Goro Goro's not going to swing, he's too valuable, but I'm going to send in the Leech Gauntlet. I'm fine with trading with either of these. You know, it does give us a way to modify our creature, but we have enough other ways, like the sling in our hand, that I'm not like, better hold on to the gauntlet, you know. Alright, so we may just get to clear out their board here. Like, Exploit and Channel was a thing there, like where I attack, but I just feel like playing the Sniper is so much better. Like, yeah, it's not quite as efficient at killing the two things, but it's pretty decent at doing it, and I get to add to the board, yeah. I felt like they had one of those waiting for us. Trashbot is a 1-4 right now, yeah. Wow. Yeah, we're seeing all the emergences, and it's kind of a problem. We have a lot of removal, but we don't have that much that can deal with something that big. I mean, we have it, but... Alright, so... Guess we play Trashbot, Simian Sling. Probably didn't want to tap my mana that way, but that's okay. Auto tapper. Probably take another 4 here. Yeah, I think this one's pretty solid. I don't think the red one's that good. But this one, the Vigilance makes a massive difference. Like, being able to attack and then use it for mana. Plus, just not being like a 2-drop that awkwardly hurts your board development is a big difference. Just like a later play. Oh my god. I was worried about 1, 4, 5, and now I'm dealing with 3 of them. And that doesn't really help my cause. Oh, boy. Well, I think we probably go into 5-3 yet again. 5-3. I mean, I could definitely kill one of them, but killing all of them is a whole other thing. If I equip the sling... I probably equip the sling here, because then Lethal Exploit will do -3/-3, so I could block one of these with my Trashbot and kill it with the help of the Exploit, assuming they don't have a trick. There's a lot of ifs there. But that's probably our best play. Oh, man. Haymaker after haymaker here. Alright. So killing the thing... Killing the token is probably a little better. So let's go to blockers. Block this token. Use Lethal Exploit. Go to 7. Okay, play Song Shaper. Do I want to just make this a 1-1 again? I mean, being a 2-5 means it can just block the 4-5, so probably not. Yeah, pass the turn. Bad news is they're going to make it a 5-6. And the other bad news is this is going to be a 5-5 in a few turns. So we're not, this isn't good. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, and they have mana up. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I'm gonna pass to blockers. Block this. Block this. And take 5. And then I guess we'll use our Surge to... Yeah. Yep. Our trash bot's going to be the biggest it's been this whole draft, but it's not really going to matter. So, probably holding onto the body is better than holding onto the sling. So they get a 5-5 next turn to add to the pile with Vigilance and Haste. Oh, good. Yeah, we're dead. Well, another 5 and 3 to add to the pile. Very weird how consistently I've gone 5 and 3 in this format. With, you know, a multitude of different decks and strategies. And but, you know, like I keep saying, 5 and 3 means you're going infinite, so...